Dr. Anthony Harper here in Jerusalem, blessed to be with Akiva Lamm regarding immigration policy, so important issues. So thank you for Akiva for joining me. And what immigration office are you with?
So I work with an NGO called the Israeli Immigration Policy Center. Our main goal is to preserve the identity of the Jewish state, mainly in the area of immigration. We combat illegal immigration through 4 fields: research, media or communications, law, and government relations.
Okay. And the big issue for a lot of people has been concerned about the concept of making Aliyah regarding immigration. So explain for our audience, what is Aliyah? What does it really mean and involve?
Right. So Aliyah is basically immigrating from another country to Israel. The Hebrew translation for the English translation for the word Aliyah would probably be ascending, meaning going from one place to a holier place. This is the Holy Land. So in Judaism, it's considered higher than other places. The immigration policy of the state of Israel regarding Aliyah is mainly allowing every Jew who wants to make Aliyah to come to the state of Israel and become a free citizen in the country. This is due for the reason that the country was established to begin with, which is not only to return to our forefathers' land, but also to create a safe haven for the Jewish people.
Very, very special and very significant issue regarding immigration and also about the Jewish majority in Israel. What are the safeguards put in place for this to be continued to be a Jewish state with this a majority?
Right. So we know that from, I'd say, the mid-90s, the Jewish majority was standing on 81%. Now, just to give you the full picture, the state of Israel has today 9 million citizens. As I said, in the mid-90s, 81% of them were Jews. Now, despite the increase in the general population, the Jewish majority or the Jewish percentage out of the citizens of Israel has decreased to under 74%. So in 3 decades, we lost 7% of the Jewish population, despite the fact that all the population in Israel are growing. Now, the first suspect for the reason of this decrease would be maybe enlargement on the Muslim population. But numbers show that that's not the case. What's happening is that through immigration, whether it's legal or illegal immigrants coming into the country, a lot of them are not Jewish, and that's affecting the identity of the state.
A serious issue. Concern in light of, I've heard about the birth rate of Muslims being higher than for the Jewish population. Is that true or not?
It used to be true. If you look at the numbers in the 1950s, you would have the Jewish birth rate was around 2 or so. I'd say, regular Western numbers. But throughout the years, it has increased to now we stand on about 3 births per woman, I'd say, or per capita. And with the Muslim population, back in the 50s, it used to be, I'd say, almost Afghanistan numbers, meaning 8 births per woman. And now we have it also around 3. So it's pretty much even. So the tiebreaker, I would say, is again immigration.
Okay. And any final comments you'd like to make about the importance of immigration issues with Israel? I think maybe in light of the Ukraine-Russia issue.
Right. So this has been in the news mainly around the crisis with the Jewish Agency and the Kremlin's threat towards the Jewish Agency. trying to get them to stop their activity in Russia, on Russian soil. The Jewish Agency is actively working in Jewish populated areas throughout the world, especially in times like this, times of crisis. Now they're working in Ukraine and in Russia to make sure that the Jews there are safe. The Russian threat to close down the Jewish Agency, its operation in Russia, is merely an attempt to respond to Israel's government condemnation of the Russian activity during the war. So I think it's mainly political. But we do know, going back to immigration, that the Jewish Agency has been actively trying to encourage Jews that live in Russia and in Ukraine to leave the danger and come to their safe haven, to the land of Israel, and be free citizens here, or that threat is not on top of their head.
I want to encourage people to pray for Israel, for the peace of Jerusalem, and for people who want to know more information about you and the office you're with. What is the name again of your immigration service there, and maybe a website?
Right, just look up on your search engine Israeli Immigration Policy Center, and sure to click up. We'd love to see you there, and thank you for your time and for your support, Dr. Harper.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you for joining me, Akiva, and for these important issues. So I will look forward to getting updates later from you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Shalom. Thank you.